approaching Santa Magdalena de Montpalau, the medieval chapel in her name, guarded by a Knights Templar castle. So the chapel was founded by the Countess of Besalú in the 1200s, and she named it Montepaladio, which is interesting because Palladio is a Spanish word meaning palladium. Palladium comes from the Greek, meaning a symbol that is a protection symbol of Pallas Athene. So why did they name it Palladio? It's a mystery. We don't know if it really connects with Pallas Athene or not, but we know that, the counts and countesses of this region were very well educated. This is the site of many Benedictine libraries where they were collecting ancient scrolls from the Arabic, Hebrew, early Christian mystics, Gnosticism, etc. They were all being compiled in these regions in the great libraries. So they certainly had access to ancient mysteries and information. Here at the entrance to this humble chapel to Santa Magdalena, which was a hermitage, there's a small baptismal, and there's a giveaway clue carved on the front, a Templar cross. There's another symbol that is a clue to what was here during the medieval era. The cross is very unique and crude over the door, with the rhombus or the diamond surrounding an almost equal-armed cross, cutting the Christian cross, indicating a different kind of cross. And this symbol with the diamond and the cross within the diamond is something that we find across Catalonia and even into southern France, a symbol of the presence of the Cathars. There are Cathar gravestones with this same symbol. And interestingly, the wayside cross at the southern end of the equal-armed cross that I discovered, spanning the Pyrenees, the old wayside cross called Car de Deu, which means basically meridian, north-south meridian of God. It has the same symbol carved in the base. So we have clues everywhere if we just have eyes to see and can understand what those symbols mean. It is a huge process to understand the mysteries of this area of the Pyrenees and what went on here before. Down below us, in the towns surrounding this volcanic hill of Magdalena, it's an extinct volcano in the Garrotxa region, which is the volcanic region of Catalonia. And it's along the east-west fault line that marks where the tectonic plates, so the Eurasian plate and the Iberian plate, crashed together, slowly most likely, but pushed up the Pyrenees range, if you can imagine that force. And the telluric energies, the energy of fire of this Garrotxa region, is palpable here. The researchers in this site say that there's a fissure that opens up into the deeper fault here so that we can access more of the fiery energy. And it's just extraordinary to imagine that we have this ancient castle and site dedicated to Magdalena, right where the fiery energy is strong. Those who measure this sort of subtle energy, geomancers, have said that the energy here is so potent that it's one of the strongest places on the Camino de Santiago. And right here we are on two caminos. We are on the Camino, the older Camino, the way of the stars, that started at the Mediterranean, the Eastern Gate. And we're also on what I call the Path of Magdalena, And this alignment from the easternmost point of Spain, jetting out to Cap de Creus, all the way across to the Atlantic along the Camino route, it is dotted with sites dedicated to Maria Magdalena and the Knights Templar. After the first time of visiting this site, there was a discovery made by an astrophysicist acquaintance in England. And he discovered that this site dedicated to Magdalena, so it's the Chapel of Magdalena, the Castillo of Montpalau of Magdalena, and the mountain Muntanya de Magdalena, is the center point of a six-pointed star. And each point of the star is marked by Knight Templar sites and ancient castles, and sites where the White Knights, the Hospitalier, the Healer Knights, were surrounding our Magdalena as her guardians, Guardianes de la Magdalena. Traditionally, the people that come to visit Santa Magdalena de Montpalau strike the gong, a rather crude little gong, but it works, 3 times to connect with the site. And this is a tradition on the Camino de Santiago de Compostela, that people, when they were approaching a sanctuary, a hermitage along the path, they would knock 3 times, and it would help to connect with the site, but also to awaken the site. And this is a practice all through this region in Catalonia. When people approach a standing stone or a dolmen, they would often take a rock, a stone, and strike it 3 times at the entrance of the dolmen. And I have experienced this many times where it feels like the site opens its arms and opens its energies, opens its mysteries to whoever is there.
They came as guardianes, protecting the pilgrim's way, with an oath to serve Our Lady and her shrines that shine stars. She journeyed across the great waters and over the mountains of fire, with an oath to carry love's promise. She said, set me as a seal upon your heart, set me as a light on your soul. They said, set you as a star on our land, in remembrance of the way of the star. Set me as a seal on your heart, set me as a light on your soul. They came as guardianes, protecting the pilgrim's way, with an oath to serve Our Lady and her shrines that shine on the way, her towers that light up the way, her temples that shine in the west. Her shrines that shine on the way. The stars.